afternoon from a wet, rainy Manchester. Well, actually I'm lying, it's just stopped raining. Oh, and we've got Mr. Gigi here as well. Yeah, excuse the way I look. I went out this morning to the GP's and I got soaking wet through because I hadn't put my hooded jacket on, because it's quite a padded jacket and I didn't think it was that cold. So I set off with just a flimsy jacket that was hoodless. Anyway, fortunately I remembered there was an umbrella in the back of the scooter. Couldn't be bothered stopping and putting the rain cape on because it's like climbing into whatever. Gigi's looking outside, but I'm sure he doesn't want to go outside because he's not... I think he's wondering why the sun umbrellas lay on its side, because it's obviously blown over. Obviously being a bit windy. Anyway, what will we start with today? Well, the green bolero, as you can see from all the little end bits, I was trying to codge it up and do my best, but it still ran short of that much yarn. So I'm going to pull back all these little knotty bits now and start again with another ball, because I had to order from Hobbii. Well, I didn't have to, but there was nothing in my stash anything like this green, yeah. So I sent away for a very, very tiny order from Hobbii. Well, for me it's a tiny order. And I ordered some more of the green. It's the organic cotton, and it's the rainbow double knitting cotton. Looking very pale on screen. I hope it's coming out better coloured. Looks a bit washed out actually. But anyway, it's a stronger green, and so I can now finish off. I can take away all the little tiny little bits that I've knotted together, hoping to make it, and failing miserably. So I can finish it off, and I've also got more, so I can make another garment. I've also got three more of that, because the last... Oh, cheeky sweetie, you're not going to fit on there. Oh dear, my goodness me. Why is it the dog always wants to sit somewhere where I don't want him to be? Alright, sweetheart, yeah, you can sit on there. Oh, I move everything now, and now he'll want to sit on my knee. I know what's going to happen. I just know it. I don't know what I knocked down there, but I'll look for it later. Anyway, I've got... yeah, I told you he'd want to come across to me. That's what he's doing. He's trying to make his way. Can you see the ears now? You can just about see his ears, can't you? Hey? Can you see his little ears? Where's he gone? Now you can see his nose. Anyway, I made a top in this, as you know, and I had a little bit left over, so I bought a few more of that. I don't like having two balls or anything left over, because they're useless, aren't they, really? So this is the finer one. This is what I would call the 4-ply. You would call it maybe fingering. And I also ordered a couple more in this, in the double knitted, because once again I had a couple left over from what I was making, and a couple more is no good to man the beast, is it really? Yeah. So now I've got Gigi sat behind me. You may or not see him bobbing about, but that's what I ordered. Anyway, that is the pattern I've been showing you forever and a day, the Hollywood one or whatever. So what am I doing at the moment? Well, my work in progress at the moment is a bit of a concoction actually, because that's the pattern I'm using. But that pattern is only in a chunky. It's by Yarnspirations. It's called Crochet Boxed Cardigan. Box cardigan, or boxes cardigan. No, boxy cardigan, I beg your pardon. Can't read today. And it's done in guarantee cakes on an 8mm hook. Whereas I am deciding to do it in the yarn that Dawn sent to me in the Indie. you know, the one with the colours in. And I'm using a 10mm hook instead of an 8. And I'm having to jiggery about with the size, obviously. And that's where it starts. It starts with the sleeve. Well, I started the sleeve and it looked awfully wide, so I did the smaller size. But what I'm coming to realise is now I'm going, it won't fit me at the top of my arms because I'm chubby up there. So I'm now increasing and going up to the wider size at the top. It won't make much difference actually, because when you cast on, I like it longer, you know, rather than just actually on the waist, which that one appears to be. So I'm thinking the colours are looking absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? Just me. Just me and my gorgeous colours. Mustard is Sue's colour. She phoned me Tuesday, I think it was, yeah. She's still settling in, she's doing fine, she loves it up there. She's still saying she's going to come down and see me, Gigi, someday, but I don't quite know when. Right, what else have I been doing? I've been doing this top. It's a pattern that I bought from Etsy. It's actually done in a double knitting, but I did mine in the finer yarn. But how I did the neckline was, I think I've told you I've been watching On the Hook, and she'd altered one of her tops to make it drape at the front, so I followed her instructions. And this one drapes. You can either drape it forwards way, or I like it best if you drape it like inwards. So that's the one. I like that one. And then the other one, again, as you know, I've got this finer yarn. I got this pattern called the, I don't know how you pronounce it, Easter's Top. A-E-S-T-A-S. Easter's Top. I think it's a free pattern, if I remember rightly. And it's done in a double knitting, and it's done on a 5mm. Well, I used a 4.5. And I used the finer yarn, the 4-ply. So of course it's come out smaller, but it's not been washed or blocked yet. So that's what it's come out like. It's got the lacy panels down, down the side seams on both sides, and it's got the it's top down. It's got the back, and the back's obviously higher than the front. The front's a scoop neck. It does look very, very tiny, but it's very stretchy. So no doubt when I've washed it and blocked it, it'll be a bit larger. I would have liked it to have been a bit larger, but it's just the way it turned out. Yeah. Once again, the pink and the cream are both done in the Hobbii cotton, which I thought came from Turkey, but apparently it comes from Denmark. So what else have I been doing? I've got a new magazine. It's the Inside Crochet, and it is number, oh, can't tell you. I have no idea. It's such tiny, tiny writing. They do it on me every time, don't they? It's printed on such faint writing right at the very, very bottom. So I'm sure you can't see it either. It's right at the very, very bottom, there somewhere. It tells you what edition it is. But anyway, it's got that on the front cover, which you're probably likely to look for it better with that. It came with a free package of butterfly blocking pins. You can see them. So, and this is what's in it. Well, the first bit in it is all the usual gumph about who's on where and what and how. So it's showing you the new patterns in the Style Craft. You can see them. I'm trying to get you to see them. These are not in the magazine, these are all to buy. And then it's showing you things like the spring fling, you know, where you've got floral arrangements and things. Right, There's a book on raffia cotton by Wool and the Gang. I'm not really into crocheting raffia, I'm afraid. Not even for a hat. Oh, I've got a hair on the microphone. I'm indoors today because of the rain, yeah. Then it's got the bride and groom dolls, yeah. You know, anybody who's getting married that wants bride and groom dollies and bridesmaids dollies. Oh, do you know, I can't get used to the way this goes. One day I'm going to get used to the fact it goes the opposite way. I think I'm putting it into focus and I'm going the other way with it. This is the wonderful world of Lydia Tresselt. Apparently she does amigurumis as well. I have to go closer because I don't know what you can actually see because the light's shining. The pattern's not in the book, it's just talking about her. Now this I do like. This is The Look of Love. I bought some beautiful yarn from Countess Blaze a couple of years back. I've never done anything with it because I only had the one skein. But this, if I could get a skein, you know, to do at the bottom, it would work up lovely. Mine's dark coloured, mind you, it's not pale like this, but I think it's a really pretty shawl, that one. This one looks like it's going to be a nice sweater until you get round the back of it, and I'll show you that later. This is sort of like a mini poncho or a stole or shawl, because it's pinned in the middle. So it's an either either, it's neither neither, if you know what I mean. I quite like that, but I wouldn't make it quite so large. It looks a little bit baggy to me, but I quite like the stitch. And then that's the sweater with circles on the back. Again, I like the sweater, but I wouldn't do those circle bits, whatever they're supposed to be. The pictures on this are not very good. They're better when you get to the actual patterns. That's a cardigan and a shawl. Hopefully it'll be better when I get further in. I don't like the hat or anything. There's the hat and the lamb and oh, what have you got? Oh God, I'm going to get this right with one day. There's probably better pictures when you get further in. Again, there's wall hangings and whatever. Again, I'm hoping there's better pictures when we get further in. Yeah, coming up roses. I didn't know they were roses, I thought they were balls, but I like the top, but I wouldn't put those roses on it. I'm just not, to me they're not nice enough to be roses, they just look like balls with squiggles on them. That's a moire cardigan. It's got like a bit of filet work on it, but I don't think you can see it too well. It's got a bit of filet work on it, like little diamonds. Oh, I beg your pardon, the hearts, not diamonds. But you can see it a little bit better on that pattern there. Now this is why I don't like the spring fling sweater, because that's the back view of it. Look how low it is. I suppose you could make two fronts, couldn't you? If you made two fronts. No, it'd be like a boat-shaped one then, wouldn't it? I wouldn't want to wear anything that low at the back. I like the cardigan, but it's looking a bit baggy-ish for me. I'd have to make it smaller. It looks a bit sort of smock top to me, maternity top to me. I'd have to make it smaller. It's very pretty, the stitch is very pretty, but just a bit large. Excuse me itching, not got nicks on this one. That's the Gossipium lace wrap. It's just like a rectangle really, a long rectangle that you pin. Ooh, little squirrel going across the bottom of the garden. Good job somebody didn't see it. That's the shawl I like. Blythana shawl, named after Irish for flowers. Blythana is an elegant romantic shawl with a striking lace border, ideal for using up those special skeins of yarn, which it would be because I've only got one skein of the yarn from Countess Ablaze, because it was quite an expensive skein of yarn. So I can get a contrast to go around the end. That'll be nice for summer. My colours are darker though, but still, as we say. This is advertising the Wool Monty. It's a Sheffield Arena in Sheffield. A different kind of yarn show. I can't go because of course I've got no transport, so. This is the bouquet shawl. You can see it. It's got, oh, which way? That way, that's it. Got flowers on it. And this is a floor pillow. It's a big bunny floor pillow. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's a bunny. Not very easy to see that, is it? Because it's so... I think we're getting at the end really now. I know the Candy Flowers blanket. All pale shades. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? All pale shades. Lots of love cushion cover. That's all like done in hearts. Spring petals garland. Again, it's alright, but I mean where I live you could never leave it outside. It would be just wet through in 5 minutes. I'd have to keep bringing it in. Love is Love, the rainbow wall hanging. We can hear anything, it's Gigi snoring. And that's the Precious Pinafore for a child. It's got a little face embroidered on the bib of it. And I think that's about it. That's what's coming in next month's. I'm covering half of it up. Gigi's not helping today. I've got that back and it's not helping. Now this is Karen Simply Soft. It doesn't give you any clue as to pattern number. I suppose you'd have to go onto Karen, try and find that sweater pattern. I'm hoping it's crochet, I think so. Yes, I think it's crochet. I don't like the sleeves, that little funny bit in the middle of it, but that's easily adjustable, isn't it? But I like the neck for winter time anyway. Yeah, so that's been about it. If you're asking what I'm wearing a very, very antique cardigan. All I can tell you is I used a plain pattern of a cardigan and put on it, I think it was called the Lark's Foot stitch. And I found the stitch pattern in one of those, you know, big dictionary things that you buy. They're a great idea, those stitch dictionaries, because, you know, you can, if you like a pattern that you like and you don't like the pattern on it, you know, the pattern stitch. Adjusting size-wise a little bit, maybe. You can put another stitch on it, which I did on this one. This was Serdar Wash and Wear, and considering it's probably about 30 years old, it's not doing bad. It's looking a bit fluffed up at the moment, but it matches with my necklace I've got on today. I'm wearing black today, so black velvet with the dog. I must be crazy. Anyway, come to the me bit now. The reason I went up to out in the rain this morning, well, it wasn't raining when I set off, but it was raining when I came back, was to see the GP. Yes, yet again, about the leg pains. And I got a lovely GP this time, and he explained things far better than any of the others have explained to me. Yes, I have got a cyst on the bottom of my leg, but it's internal, not outside. So to get rid of it is very, very tricky, because as he explained to me, it's actually sitting on a nerve. So he's referring me to an orthopaedic surgeon, but he said be prepared for the fact that they may not operate on it because of the position it's in. It might cause more problems because my leg skin is very, very thin and it's tight. So to have it opened up and stitched together could mean that because of my diabetes and things like that, it won't heal very well. So he said, anyway, we won't go into that. He said they'll explain all that to you. But at least I had an explanation, which is what nobody's given me before. They've all kept saying, oh, it's a small cyst, don't worry about it, you know. But at least he sat and said, yes, it may be a small cyst. He said, but a small cyst sitting on a nerve can give you extreme pain. And he said, maybe if they can't operate on it, they could suggest other ways of you controlling the pain. At last, somebody on my wavelength. Ah. So it was worth waiting 3 weeks for an appointment with him. So he's now my new favourite doctor. Oh, I shouldn't laugh, I've got pains in my back. Oh. I don't know whether it's I've slept funny or I've been coughing or what, but every time I breathe in and out it's been like The GP said he thinks it's muscular. He doesn't think there's anything seriously wrong, and just to persevere and see if it goes away in a couple of weeks. And it does go away if I put heat on it, so that's what makes me think it is probably something muscular, nothing more drastic. Which tickles me because I didn't think I had any muscles, but you never know, I obviously had to. But it's when I breathe in and out, it just, you know, if I don't breathe in and out, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. But we'll see. Anyway, my niece is down in Brighton. It was their wedding anniversary a couple of days ago, so they've gone for a week away to Brighton. I hope they've got better weather than here. Although the beginning of the week was lovely. My son and daughter-in-law enjoyed they went to a bearded festival and they really enjoyed it. It was a new trip out in the new mobile home. Only little mobile home, but it's functional, does its job, keeps the rain off them, you know, and, you know, my daughter-in-law's got terrible knees at the moment. She's waiting to see whether they're going to operate on them or not. My son's had a bad back for years, so neither of them at the age of, 50 and 50-something now feel like sleeping in a tent on the ground, you know. They're getting a little bit more precious in their older age. So, yeah, this little camper van, I call it a camper van, they call it a mobile home. It's very small but very functional. It's got everything they need, you know, the cooker and the fridge and everything, so I'm sure they'll get a lot of use out of it this summer. And there's room for Poppy. The reason they didn't take Poppy with them this time, it was like a festival and it was said no dogs, except for, you know, sort of guide dogs or whatever you want to call them, therapy dogs, yeah. But I don't think they'd have wanted to take Poppy anyway. The music was so loud, you know. Don't think she'd have enjoyed it. She enjoys to stay with her grandma now and again. I think that's about all I've got to do. Tomorrow I've got the gardener coming and I need to go and clean the garden up because I was silly really. I didn't clean up after Poppy the day she went when it was beautiful and sunshiny. But since then it's rained, and if it carries on stopping raining I will go out because the gardener's coming in the morning. So I wanted to have a nice green patch to mow, yeah. And also tomorrow I'm having my very first facial. So, you know, it's not Botox or anything like that. I won't be coming on looking like I'm windswept and windblown and, you know, a facelift. No, it's nothing like that. It's just a facial. But I've never had one before, so it's a new experience. Yes, so I'm hoping my skin will be glowing for my Saturday Night Live. We'll see how it goes. I like to try anything once, yeah. I'm not going back to the physio until next week, I think. Yeah, I think it's next week. And I'm not going back to the dentist till the week after that, so... And she didn't clean my teeth, which was like, yay! She said, I'll clean the teeth after I've done the filling. Not looking forward to the filling. But I need somewhere to chew. I can't chew on either side at the minute. I still don't know why the camera keeps cutting off and putting my videos into 2 bits. The reason why it had a black line around it last time, we don't know. I sent it to Kelly to edit it and to put the 2 bits together. And for some reason or other it finished up with a black border all the way around it, and we don't know why. So I'm hoping that today it's just one video and I don't have to do any messing about with it. Yeah. So I texted Kelly today. She's, poor soul's got another headache. Me with my backaches and her with her headaches, and we're a good pair, aren't we? We need putting in a bag and shaking up and see if a good one will come out, as my mother used to say. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to see if the weather clears up and then go and sort the garden out. Wash this little cream top and see whether I can block it out a bit larger. And that's going to be it, and do a bit more on my chunky crochet. So I should be doing another cotton top, but that wool was just calling to me. You know what it's like when it's new and you're like, ooh, ooh, like that, shiny, sparkly, like that. So it was calling to me, so I thought, no, I'm going to make a cardigan with it, and then at least it'll be 1 bag less. In the dining room, I've got to run the hoover around as well, because I've got people coming tomorrow. I don't want them to see my wall-to-wall dog hair. Ah, it's lovely having animals, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to go now, so I just thought I'd come on and let you know I'm going to finish this off. Put a little button on it when I go into the garage and see what buttons I've got in there. Gigi's sat behind me, nudging me off the chair. I don't know why he likes to sit behind me. He does. If he's not on my knees, behind me. Which means I can't rest me back, if you know what I mean. Because he's like there and I don't want to squash him. As soon as I turn this off and as soon as I go into the other room, he'll follow me. Oh well. Anyway, I shall see you all soon, so hope you're having a nice day wherever you are, because I'm not. And happy crocheting, knitting, loom knitting, whatever it is that floats your boat. Sewing even, maybe. People sew with project bags, don't they? I've got project bags and I never use them. Just leave things in my little basket on wheels, and I just don't know why I just don't use project bags. Maybe because I usually only have 1 work in progress, so that's probably why. I did used to have more, but I found once they were out of sight, they were out of mind. And they never got finished. I've got 1 work in progress that's been there for 3-4 years and will probably never get finished because it's knitted. And I don't know where I put that. Anyway, I will see you all very soon, so enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.